The United Kingdom's story is much like a patchwork quilt, carefully stitched together over many centuries, with each piece representing a different region, culture, and moment in time. Every thread tells a tale of struggle, ambition, and compromise, woven into the fabric of a nation. England, Scotland, Wales, and later Ireland were never destined to unite naturally. Each land had its own rulers, traditions, and fierce sense of independence, often seeing themselves as rivals rather than future partners. Their union was uneasy, sometimes bloody, and always complex. Centuries of wars, uprisings, and shifting alliances left deep scars and lasting memories, shaping the way these nations viewed each other. Battles, bargains, and bold decisions shaped the UK's unique character. Monarchs and leaders made choices that would forever alter the course of history, forging connections through both force and negotiation. Different peoples, languages, and beliefs clashed and blended. From the Celtic roots of Wales and Scotland to the Anglo-Saxon heritage of England and the Gaelic traditions of Ireland, diversity became both a challenge and a strength. The kingdoms, joined by law, shared struggles and reluctant partnerships. Treaties and acts of union formalized their connections, but unity was often tested by rebellion, negotiation, and the need to adapt. This gives the UK a character both united and divided, a mix of pride and difference. The sense of belonging is balanced by a strong regional identity, creating a nation that is always evolving. Let's travel through time to see how each era, with its triumphs and trials, added a new piece to the ever-changing British puzzle, shaping the United Kingdom we know today. Long before the United Kingdom existed, the land we now call Britain was a wild and untamed place, covered in dense forests, winding rivers, and dotted with scattered tribal settlements. Life here was shaped by the rhythms of nature and the changing seasons, with people living close to the land and relying on its resources for survival. Mysterious monuments like Stonehenge and the Avebury Stone Circle still stand today, silent witnesses to ancient beliefs, rituals, and mysteries that have puzzled historians for centuries. These stones remind us of a time when the spiritual world was deeply woven into daily life. Across the land, dozens of unique cultures flourished: Celts, Picts, and many others, each living in small, close-knit clans. Every group had its own language, customs, and traditions, creating a rich tapestry of life and identity across ancient Britain. The Druids, wise and mysterious spiritual leaders, played a vital role in keeping traditions alive. They performed sacred rituals in ancient oak groves, passing down knowledge and stories, but real power remained local and often fragile, shifting with alliances and rivalries. Trade routes connected some tribes, allowing them to exchange goods, ideas, and even stories. Yet competition for land and resources often led to fierce battles, as many tribes fought to defend their territory and way of life. There was no single British people at this time, just a patchwork of independent groups, each with its own identity, clothing, and beliefs scattered across the landscape. This lack of unity made it easier for powerful invaders to conquer the land, as divided tribes struggled to resist together. Yet, despite centuries of change, the ancient stories, customs, and mysteries of these early peoples remain woven deep into the fabric of British identity, echoing through folklore and traditions that survive to this day. In 43 AD, the Romans invaded Britain seeking wealth and security. They built roads, towns, and Hadrian's Wall, introducing new ways of life. Roman rule brought cities, writing, and law, but not everyone accepted it. Rebellions like Boudicca's showed the old tribes' fierce spirit. After nearly 4 centuries, Rome withdrew, leaving chaos behind. Old rivalries flared, and new invaders appeared. The Roman legacy, roads, cities, and law, endured, but Britain returned to being a land of many fighting peoples. With Rome gone, Angles, Saxons, and Jutes settled, forming new kingdoms. They pushed old Britain's west and north, changing life and language. Christianity arrived, helping unite people and connect them to Europe. Vikings soon raided and settled, dividing England. Leaders like Alfred the Great fought to unite the land. By the 10th century, England was mostly one kingdom, but Scotland, Wales and Ireland remained separate, each with its own ambitions. The idea of a united Britain was still far away. In 1066, William the Conqueror invaded and transformed England. The Normans brought new laws, language, and stone castles. The Domesday Book recorded every village, a step toward modern government. Norman lords replaced Anglo-Saxon nobles, and French blended with English. The church was reformed and great cathedrals rose. Scotland and Wales remained independent, often at war with England. The seeds of future conflict and union were sown. England was changed, but the island was far from united. The Middle Ages saw battles for power between kings, nobles, and the church. Magna Carta in 1215 forced the king to respect certain rights, limiting royal power. Wars with France and plagues like the Black Death changed society. Peasants demanded more rights as old ways broke down. English kings conquered Wales, building castles to secure control. Scotland fought legendary battles for independence. The Wars of the Roses ended this chaotic age, bringing the Tudors to power. The struggle between rulers and ruled would shape Britain's future. The Tudors brought dramatic change. Henry VIII broke with Rome, creating the Church of England and strengthening royal power. Elizabeth I faced threats abroad and built the first overseas empire. Trade, exploration, and culture flourished. Religious conflict and plots threatened stability, but the monarchy survived. By Elizabeth's reign's end, England was wealthier and more confident. The first steps toward a British and global identity were underway. England was ready to look beyond its shores. The Stuart era brought new challenges and the Union of Crowns in 1603. Religious and political divisions led to civil war and a brief republic. The monarchy returned, but with new limits. The 1707 Act of Union joined England and Scotland as Great Britain. This union was born of compromise and mutual need. Scots, English and Welsh kept their own traditions. The British state was strong, but always a little uneasy. It was a union, not a blend. Britain led the world into the industrial age. Factories, railways, and inventions transformed society and the economy. Cities grew and new social problems demanded reform. Industrial strength fueled a global empire and a powerful navy. London became a world city at the heart of a vast network. Rival empires and social unrest brought new tensions. The gap between rich and poor sparked protest and change. Britain was rich, restless, and ready for new challenges. In 1801, Great Britain and Ireland joined to form the United Kingdom. Years of Irish uprisings and unrest led to this union. Many Irish resented British control and broken promises. The Great Famine deepened anger and resistance. Calls for independence grew stronger in the 19th century. By 1922, most of Ireland became independent after years of struggle. Only Northern Ireland stayed in the UK. The Union had expanded and shrunk, shaped by conflict and change. The World Wars reshaped Britain's identity. Millions fought and died, and the empire weakened. After World War II, colonies gained independence. Economic hardship forced Britain to rethink its place in the world. The welfare state was born, changing lives with the NHS and free education. The loss of empire was painful but freeing. Britain was no longer the world's ruler, but a nation among others. A new search for identity began. The end of empire brought new challenges and diversity. Britain welcomed citizens from across the Commonwealth. London became one of the world's most diverse cities. Devolution gave Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland more control. The UK became more flexible, but also more complicated. European ties grew, but were always debated. A new British identity emerged, shaped by diversity and democracy. The UK remained assembled, unfinished, and always evolving. Today, the UK is a mosaic of nations and cultures. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland have strong local identities. The Brexit vote in 2016 shocked the world and divided the country. Immigration has transformed cities and towns. New debates about identity and unity shape politics. The story of assembly continues, with Britain's strength in compromise and change. The UK's history is a lesson in assembly built over centuries of conflict, negotiation, and compromise. From ancient kingdoms and medieval councils to the rise and fall of empires, each era has left its mark on the nation's character. Its influence is vast, spanning democracy, law, language, and industry. British ideas have shaped governments, inspired legal systems, and fueled innovation around the world, leaving a legacy that continues to resonate today. Yet the journey is unfinished. A country always in the making, constantly evolving as it adapts to new challenges and opportunities, blending tradition with progress. Its identity is layered, dynamic, and sometimes contested. The UK is a mosaic of cultures, languages, and beliefs, shaped by waves of migration and the voices of its people. Each generation adds new threads to the national tapestry, weaving their own stories, dreams, and struggles into the fabric of British life. The UK's story is about shaping and being shaped by history, responding to change, learning from the past, and forging a path forward. From Magna Carta to Brexit, unity from diversity is its greatest challenge and strength. The nation's resilience lies in its ability to find common ground amid difference. The real story is about building unity from difference, adapting to a changing world and embracing the future while honoring the past. A journey that continues with every new generation.